You know, this CPAC stage has been graced by some legendary Americans over the years. You think about the late Rush Limbaugh. Rush's father famously instilled in his son a deep love of America through a speech about the events of July 4th, 1776, and it was titled, "The Americans Who Risked Everything." Rush's dad wrote, "The 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence proved by their every deed that they made no idle boast when they composed the most magnificent curtain line in history." And then he quotes, "We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." Now, you would think that teaching our children about the fundamental goodness of our land, like Rush's father did, that wouldn't be controversial. But for the far left, it is. They have a radically different view of our country, epitomized by something called the 1619 Project. The project is a series of writings released in 2019 that try to reframe U.S. history and put slavery at the center of our national narrative. Think about that. The left doesn't want to teach our children about the history of men who banded together to shrug off the tyranny of a king and establish for the first time a nation and a government of laws and not of men. A government that led to the end of slavery and the establishment of equal rights for every citizen. The radical left wants to ignore all of that and focus on everything that America got wrong. But to be blunt, they want to teach our kids that our country is flawed, it's hopeless, and evil. The worst news of all is that the 1619 Project has been adopted in 4,500 classrooms across all 50 states. School systems have adopted the project in cities like Buffalo, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and even in my hometown of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And I'll tell you why this is so important to the extreme left, because they view our founding as an obstacle to their pursuit of political power. They think that if they can re-educate the next generation of Americans into being ashamed of their country, then they can fundamentally transform us into a land of government dependency and socialism. But the Trump administration fought against the left's radical agenda by developing the 1776 Commission. Absolutely. And that brought together scholars and historians to study and understand the principles of the founding. And the commission is the key to establishing a base curriculum for a patriotic education for the 21st century. Put simply, we have to teach the next generation of our country to love our country and not to hate it. But on his very first day in office, Joe Biden canceled this commission. So here's what that told me. He exposed a dirty little secret about this new administration, that they don't believe in the goodness of America, and they don't believe in the freedom for her people. They think they know what's best, and if you love our country, they think that you need to be re-educated. If you're patriotic, they think that you're backwards. And by canceling the 1776 Commission, they want to silence millions of Americans because they, the elites, they feel that they are morally superior. They want us demoralized, and they want us to stand aside while they indoctrinate the next generation to look at our flag with shame instead of pride. But you know what? We're not going to let that happen. So I want everyone to leave this conference invigorated. Remember, we're the happy warriors. We are the people to fight for our country because we love it. Teddy Roosevelt famously said, "The credit belongs to the man who's actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, and if at worst he fails, at least fails while daring greatly." So I want each and every one of you, because you already are, to stay in the arena, to strive valiantly and to dare greatly, because this nation is special. Our country is blessed by God, and we embody the ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and that we are all endowed by our Creator with equal rights that no man or government can ever take away, and that is worth fighting for. So, with the help of the patriots in this room, by being in the arena, I believe that we can save our country again. So thank you. and may God bless each and every one of you.